Thank you for joining me again for another great session of ChatGPT. Today we're going to talk about handling issues with it and helping it kind of communicate with you with your clients. And then we're also going to talk to about how to handle it running your business as well and help you keep an idea of what's going on. So first of all, we're going to talk about this situation with issues. So let's say the painter spilled paint on Susan's floor and she's very upset. What are some of the best ways to handle this situation? So here we go. He gave us some great tips. Acknowledge and apologize. Take action. Take responsibility. Provide assurance. Act promptly. Follow up after cleanup has been completed. Follow up with Susan to make sure she is satisfied with the resolution. Offer a discount or compensation if appropriate. Offer some form of compensation for the inconvenience caused, such as a discount on the current or future service or a free additional service. So two great ways. A nice free additional service is a good way, or a discount obviously to the another potential project ensures that she's going to come back. So really good way to go about that. Ensure future preventions. Lastly, tell her what you're going to do to try to avoid this from happening again. So, really good information, and it gives you something if you're unfamiliar or the situation's a little bit rushed for you. You can ask Chat on your phone and then kind of get that feedback. So, let's look at another one. Susie's unhappy with her paint job, but the paint job is in line with the contract and scope of work. How should I handle this situation? All right, so this is the whole kind of gives you a little bit more. Acknowledge her feelings. Start by validating Susan's feelings, even if the work aligns with the contractual agreement. It's important that she feels heard. Hi, Susan. We understand that you are not fully satisfied with the final outcome, and we take your concerns seriously. As for specific feedback, try to understand why she's unhappy. Could you please elaborate on what aspect of the paint job are not meeting your expectations? This will help us better understand the situation. Review the contract scope of work. Politely remind Susan of the initial agreed upon contract and scope of work. If possible, point out the aspects where the paint job aligns with this. In our agreement, we specified the color and texture, finish, and other aspects of the painting project, and it appears that we have followed these specifications. However, we understand that your satisfaction is our top priority. Offer a solution. If there are minor adjustments that can enhance your satisfaction with our work, we'd be more than happy to discuss them. If it's a matter of large change that wasn't included in the original agreement, we can discuss how to handle this in a way that's fair for both parties. Great way to handle that. Next, maintain professionalism. We appreciate your feedback, Susan. Our ultimate goal is to provide a service that meets your expectations. Let us work together to find a resolution. And then follow up after the agreed upon, after addressing the issue. So, really good steps. If you're needing help with something or a specific situation, Chat is an amazing tool to do that. So, next, let's take a look at uh, building out data for your business. Okay. So, one of the things I firmly believe is in data for a business. I highly recommend reading this book, getting with what he has. It's Traction by Gino Wickman. And I'm going to show you. I lack creativity sometimes. I'm sure a lot of other people do. So this is a good way to use Chat to create the information that maybe you struggle to create. So let's go with asking it if it's familiar with it. So it lays out the ideal feedback of his EOS system. Highly great information. Definitely should read it if you haven't read it, if you don't have a method of tracking your business. Now, let's see, what does he use to measure success in the book? And this can be any book. There's plenty of books out there. You can use this for whatever particular book you want to track and use that you've learned from. All right, now that we have that information, let's go with this. Can you create me that scorecard for my painting company? So what I've basically done is asked it, what does he use to measure success in his book? KPIs, that kind of stuff. And I've asked it to create me those KPIs by asking it to create me that scorecard. So as you can see, it's already started. It gave me a layout of how it's going to look, and I could ask it to give me more or less. I can copy this. I can use it to put into a spreadsheet and kind of get going on it. So this is another great way you can use chat to enhance your business. Let's say you get through a book and you're wanting to use that book or add it to your business. You can go through and use chat to digest the information, summarize the information, create good notes that you can go back to and reflect on. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, let us know. Here's the plug for our CRM here at TMO Turbo. It is a great tool with dashboards that has some of that information you'll see that it created, such as conversion rates of the leads versus the conversion rates. You got the conversion rates of leads down here, the conversion rates of estimates through the pipeline, and then down here it shows what your actual total leads came from and those particular items, how many have opened, how many have won, how many you've lost, and what your win percentage is for that particular item. And then you have a total dollar value. So it'll automatically calculate that stuff and give you a great user-friendly dashboard to quickly search dates and narrow down what you want to see on to put into those scorecards if you want to keep a separate scorecard in the system. It can actually be programmed to automatically input that system into a spreadsheet if you want, but it's a great tool if you don't have a CRM that can do a lot of this stuff. As a small business owner, it's just something we highly recommend you look at.